Namaste. Peace in, love out. How are you feeling today, Sangha? Welcome to our Dharma study. And I have a very important message to share with you today. And it is, are you growing in your life? Are you achieving in your life? You know, the Dharma reminds us of something quite profound and quite important. It's that not only are we called to our inner development, the development of our interior life of thoughts and emotions, of having a sense of awareness and purpose, but we are also called to achieve in a way that if we are living the life of a householder, that if we are living in our day-to-day world, that we should produce, that we should yield a harvest, that there is value in that, that there is a value in achieving and obtaining and moving forward. So many of us, we get on a train and we are heading in a direction, but we did not lay the tracks. And so we cannot determine where we are going when we are on that train. We are left to the conductor's point of view, to them following through. And so sometimes we have to get off the train that we are headed down the road to. We're on the tracks, we're barreling somewhere, we're moving somewhere, but we have to get off to change the course. And for some of us, that course needs to be getting out of a path of recklessness and coming to a path of abundance, of coming to a path of success. And you may think that, oh, this is mindfulness, oh, this is meditation, that we shouldn't even be talking about wealth or money, or that we shouldn't even be talking about achievement or success, that we shouldn't even be referencing abundance or prosperity. Well, these two verses right here, verses 155 and 156 of the Dharmapada, are going to help shift perhaps how you think about your relationships with mindfulness and money, your relationships with meditation and prosperity and abundance. And so I really want to encourage you wherever you are today, no matter if you are in the penthouse or the projects, to really focus on what are you achieving in life? Where are you growing? Where are you moving? Where are you heading in life? Every once in a while, we have to ask ourselves, not only what do I want out of life, but what is life asking from me? Right? It is in that reciprocal relationship. It is in that process of seeing what you want and what is being asked of you, that you are able to find your access, that you are able to find an alignment, that you are able to find a sense of composure to navigate skillfully through life. And so let's jump into the Dharma. And we're going to start at 155, verse 155. And it says, those who in their youth have not led a holy life, or who have failed to acquire wealth, languish like old cranes in a pond without fish. And it continues in verse 156. Those who in their youth have not who have not led a holy life, or have failed to acquire wealth, lie sighing over the past like worn out arrows shot from a bow. And so this helps to establish a perspective that, one, we're called towards this, what they reference as a holy life, but we could call a mindful life. We could call a sense of presence. We could call a sense of being, right? An embodied presence. That we are called to that mindfulness, towards that path of the Dharma, but we are also called towards this path of, it says, acquiring wealth. right? That you are called in a way to achieve, that you are called in a way to establish something, to build something. You're not just meant to be going through your life, not building, not growing, not producing a harvest, not yielding fruit. You are called, as this text says, to acquire wealth. And it just isn't meaning greed. It isn't just meaning blind consumption. It isn't just meaning raw accumulation. It means that you are supposed to be building something, that you are supposed to be making a harvest with your life. And for some of you, that may mean establishing your career. And some of you, it may mean building your business. And some of you, it may mean to write the screenplay, to create the invention, to start the social network, to help build the startup. Whatever that means to you, whatever that acquiring wealth means to you, is something that you will have to determine, that you will have to solidify in your life. But the reality is this, is that you are called to move in the direction of something bigger, of something greater, something that yields fruit. Right? Warren Buffett, the famous investor, says that he only purchases income producing assets, right? Something that yields a harvest, so that not only do you have the underlying asset, but you also have what it produces. Mindfulness tells us that we are called to, one, live with greater awareness, right? In that order, a greater awareness and embodied presence, but we are also called to acquire something. Right? We are to yield something, to harvest something. And so many of us have dreams that we have not harvested. We've had purposes that we have not yielded. We've had dreams within our hearts that we've allowed to decay for some time now. And this is an opportunity to take a step back and to step into what you are meant to do, what you are called to do. And you may be thinking about, what is my dream? What is the purpose of my life? What am I here to do? What is my work? And this is something that we have to take our seat with. This is something that we have to bear witness to in meditation, right? To slow down from the busyness of our day-to-day life and to find that stability within ourselves, that sense of composure within ourselves, so that we can more skillfully navigate through life, so that you can be aligned to your axis. And so it says at the end of 155 that if you do not live that holy life, that if you do not live that mindful life, that if you do not live this path of the Dharma, if you do not acquire wealth, if you do not yield fruit, then it says that you will languish. Right, that word right there, languish. That's just like atrophy. That just means just in this sad state, right? It says that you will languish like old cranes in a pond without fish. That means that they have no sustenance, right? The cranes cannot eat. They are just laying there, just decaying. And some of us, we treat our dreams in that same way. Our hearts are like ponds without any fish, without any sustenance, without anything to sustain it. And what do you do? What do you do when you find yourself in that place, in a pond without fish, in a field without crops, in a harvest that has nothing there, right? What do you do? Well, you bring yourself to your nobility. You bring yourself back to your origins. You know, I heard someone talking about this today, about this principle of Sankofa, and it just really resonated. And I've always heard Sankofa as the African proverb of looking back to create your future. But the way this person described it today, it just was so illuminating in this perspective, because the way they viewed it is that the Sankofa wasn't to look towards your past to create your future. It is that your past is behind you already, and you are just being reacquainted with it. right? It is this idea that your destiny isn't something new, it is a homecoming. Your purpose isn't something foreign, it is something that has always been with you. It is intrinsic to you, it is a part of you. And if you can just remind yourself today that what you think you are missing is already contained within you, it's already within your history, you simply have to uncover it, then you will find yourself in a place where you can navigate and get it. And so 156, it goes on to reiterate the point because the Dharma often speaks in these couplets. It often repeats itself again and again and again. And so it says, those who in their youth have not led a holy life, a mindful life, or who have failed to acquire wealth, lie sighing over the past like worn out arrows shot from a bow. Think about this? You ever find yourself filled with regret, looking back at what could have been? Like Marlon Brando when he said, I could have been a contender, right? I could have been somebody instead of a bum, right? This is him reconciling the choices that he made with his life, with his current circumstances. And sometimes we have to look at the choices that we make in our lives and say, oh, I engaged in some careless actions. I engaged in some reckless ways of being. And now I kind of have to make amends to it. And so if you don't want to live your life that when you finally make it towards the end, just looking back, filled with regret, filled with sorrow about what could have been, about what you could have accomplished, then you need to, one, live a mindful life, right? Live according to the Dharma. And two, acquire wealth, build something, grow something, create something. You are meant to do that. That is a part of your life. The Dharma says that you are meant to cross the shore over onto the other side. You are to use your hands and your feet and your intelligence and your inner wisdom. You are to exhaust yourself in crossing over to the other side of the shore. So many of us were stuck on this shore and we see the river between us, right? And it's filled with fear. The river is filled with doubt. The river is filled with uncertainty. The river is filled with procrastination. The river is filled with judgment. The river is filled with all the haters and trolls and the critics of your life. And on the other shore is the dream, is the destiny, is the purpose, is the business, is the manuscript, is the business plan, it's the university degree, it's the new skill, it's the relationship, it's the team. It's on the other shore. And in order to get to the other shore, you have to cross the river. And today, my encouragement is that if you want to achieve in life, then you must cross the river. You must cross the river of doubt. You must cross the river of fear. You must cross the river of uncertainty. That is the beauty of this practice, is that one, it gives us wisdom on how to navigate through the currents of the river, but also gives us the compassion that says that I must meet whatever arises and I have that ability. You know, there's something quite beautiful about remembering the strength and the power that is within us, right? That we can overcome any adversity, that you can overcome any challenge that arises within your life. There's something beautiful about reminding yourself that you have an inner strength, that you have a reservoir of power that renews itself, and that you can access and summon with a single breath. Sometimes we think that, oh, you know what? I might as well give up. There's no way that I'm going to see my way forward through this, that I am just stuck. I'm at an impasse and there's no way through this. Well, I am here to tell you today that you will lead and you will achieve in your life if you awaken to the nobility of your life, if you live with an awakened heart, if you live with a boundless heart, if you live with a luminous mind, that if you live with these qualities, these embodied presence of the Dharma, of mindfulness, then you will be able to navigate through the challenges and fears of life, the uncertainties of life. Because it outlines in here, in the very first verse, that the wheel follows the ox, right? That the wheel of your life, the circumstances, the conditions, your job, your household, all of that, these are conditions that go around, they come around, but they are all informed by something. They are led by something. And they're led, in the teaching, it says it's led by the ox, but in our day-to-day life, it's by our mind, right? It's by the intentions that we set within our heart and within our mind. It's about our alignment to our sense of purpose that we have in our life. And you may be confused about what your purpose is. You may not have any clue about why you are here. And you may have not even given it any thought. But listen to me today. If you want to begin to access your purpose, right? If you want to begin to find out where you are supposed to be going, then now is the time to begin to look within, right? As the Sankofa says, the past is what we're looking to because it contains the future, right? The seeds of your future have already been planted in your past, right? The seeds of your destiny are already imprinted upon your heart. The path is just being made clear. The path is just being revealed, right? Oftentimes, our purpose is a revelatory event in that it is this constant unlayering of what is within your own heart. And it took me some time before I said, you know what, I am going to be fully committed to work that I am meant to do, right? I am meant to create these spaces where people feel safe to slow down and reconnect with their hearts. I am meant to create spaces to share the Dharma, to practice meditation, to encourage mindfulness, to encourage embodied presence, right? Why was I chosen for this? I don't know. A lot of people in mindfulness and a lot of people in meditation, they don't exactly look like me. And here I am, called to this event, called to this purpose, and I'm fulfilling it in the way that I feel is right and aligned, right? Where I am aligned to my access, where I am aligned to how I am meant to live, right? I could have very easily abandoned this. I could have very easily not be producing these Dharma studies, and I could not be producing these meditations on about my life and go do something else. But I feel like I am empty when I don't do this. I feel like something is missing. I know that when I do this, when I hold these Dharma studies, when I facilitate the meditations, when I encourage individuals to see the nobility of their life, I know that there is this sense of freedom, right? And there's this sense of spaciousness, and there's this sense of boundlessness, and there's this sense of power and strength, and that you can just overcome it all, and that there is a correctness and a rightness to do this, right? That there is value from it. And so I have no qualms about doing this. Why? Because this is my calling. This is my métier. This is what I am meant to be doing here on earth. And for some of you out there, you may not get it. For some of you out there, you may be saying, this is kind of foolish. You're some guy on the internet just talking to the internet, right? To this kind of ether out there. And you may not get it. That's fine. That's reasonable. But the reality is that when you find your calling, when you find what your destiny is, when you begin to pursue it and you begin to awaken to it and you begin to achieve through it, you will find this sense of total release, right? As it says in the last verse. Listen to this. Listen to this description, and you will get it. You will get it then. You will get it then. It says, in 285, cultivate only the path to peace, nirvana, as made known through the awakening, right? Cultivate only the path to peace, nirvana. This is my path to peace, right? This is my nirvana. This is my awakened heart. This is my noble heart. This right here. To many of you, it may not make sense. You may be saying, make it make sense. And I'm saying, when you find your purpose and your passion in your life, when you align to your access, it will make sense to you. And then you will see that it really doesn't matter whether it makes sense to someone else, because the people who are meant to be on this journey with you will find you, because you will be illuminated. You will be amplified. You will be, as Thomas Wolfe says, go seekers throughout the land, and you will find us burning in the night. You will find yourself just burning, just radiating this energy, just radiating this vibration. And it will be a rhythm, a vibration that calls out to everyone else on that frequency, right? So I'm not trying to get people who are not into mindfulness to be into mindfulness. I am simply here to do my work, to hold this Dharma study, and they will find me. They will find me, and I will meet them. And so if you are here and you are saying, what is my calling? What is my purpose? What is my destiny? I want to invite you to come meditate with me, to hold this space with me, to bear witness to your interior lives of thoughts and of feelings and perceptions. So let me get the chair and we will prepare to take our seats in meditation. Are you ready? We're getting ready to meditate. Before we do, I just want to remind you of your nobility. Say your affirmation with us. I have value and I have worth because I am of noble birth. And with this breath, I will awaken to all that's possible within my life. I will lead and I will achieve. I will lead and I will achieve. Nicely done. If you said that simple affirmation, you are well on your way towards an awakened heart. Let's meditate, everybody. I invite you to come into an upright and comfortable seated position. You can allow your feet to rest gently against the floor, your hands against your legs. I will hold this space for our meditation, and that means that I will provide a level of safety, a level of protection, knowing that you should be able to feel safe to slow down and to be with your heart. Wherever you are, may you meet whatever arises. May you summon the strength within, and may you find ease amidst the difficult places. Let's take a deep breath in. Inhale. Identifying a place of composure and stability within yourself. Release. Inhale. Release. Inhale. Release. Inhale. We take our seats in meditation, recognizing what remains. What remains is this moment and the boundless possibility wrapped within it. What remains is you, dream imprinted upon your heart. May you awaken to that dream with this breath. May you see clarity and understanding. May you find strength and courage. May you walk boldly. May you be brave in your pursuit. May you endeavor with diligence towards your goal. Today I affirm new businesses that are being created. I affirm new dreams that are being held and born. I affirm teams that are being assembled and grown. I affirm manuscripts that are being written. I affirm promotions in the work. I affirm graduate programs and apprenticeships. I affirm study habits and test results. I affirm you. Bring yourself to stillness. Hold space in this moment. Well practiced Sangha. Namaste. It was beautiful to be able to meditate with you, to hold this space with you, and to remind you of your nobility, your awakened heart, your ability to take stock of your interior life and to embody these virtues of wisdom and compassion, of love and kindness, to see a new way through the uncertainty and the doubt and the fear. Remember these two verses. One, that you are called to achieve, and the verses that support it, that says in 155, those who in their youth have not led the holy life, or who have failed to acquire wealth, languish like old cranes in a pond without fish. In 156, those who in their youth have not led a holy life or have failed to acquire wealth lie sighing over the past like a worn out arrows shot from a bow. If you don't want to languish in your life, if you don't want to be listless and tired and just filled with regret and just consumed with worry about your life, then align to your access. Step forward into your purpose. Take hold of the destiny that's bigger than you. Unleash the greatness within you. Don't abdicate what has been entrusted to you. You are the steward of your dream. You are the caretaker of your destiny. Release it into this world. Release it into your communities. Release it into your homes and into your businesses. And watch how things flourish in your life. Watch the sense of freedom and boundlessness that you feel. Watch the courage that arises. That's my encouragement for you today, and that is the Dharma study. Listen, wherever you are today, I want to invite you to put one finger up if you hold a space for love within your heart. One finger up for love, one love. Now put two fingers up for peace. If you rep peace, if you support peace, if you think that peace is important. Now put three fingers up for this mindful community. That means you, that means me, that means we, all of us. Now bring it all in to awaken your heart. And may your mind be free. Double heart taps if you got joy. Double heart taps if you got peace. Double heart taps if you meditate. Double heart taps for you. Double heart taps for me. Peace in, love out. Namaste. I'll see you next time, Sangha. What a privilege it was to meditate with you and to hold this space with you. I encourage you to spend a little bit of time cultivating your interior life, of awakening to your nobility and reminding yourself of what is possible for your life. May you lead and achieve in your life. Namaste. Take care.